Ben arrivati a Quiz 5 Review. Ci sono tre sezioni. There are three sections. And the first section is La Familia, vocabulario La Familia. So you will need to complete the sentences with the correct family relationships. So study your family members. Figlio, figlia, genitori, madre, padre, etc. Cugino, sorella, fratello. And make sure that you are able to tell the gender differences between, for example, cugino, cugina, zio, zia. And know that it's the same word, but the last letter often in family members determines what gender that person is. Cugino, maschile, cugina, femminile. Next section is aggettivi possessivi, possessive adjectives. So you'll be given a sentence, and in parentheses you'll be given in English the owner or the possessor. So if the possessor is, for example, in parentheses, you all, y'all, your, plural, you know that vostro is the possessive adjective you will need to use. But what is it being possessed? That determines the form of vostro that you use. So look at whatever it is that's being possessed, and that will help you determine, is it vostro, vostra, vostri, vostre? And do you need an article before it? Remember that with possessive adjectives, they always take the article. Possessive adjectives always go along with the article, either il or la for something that's singular, that's possessed, or I or le if the object possessed is plural. But the exceptions to when the article is used, so when the article is not used, if the object possessed is actually a singular family member, then you do not use the article. So mom, for example, if it's our mom or my mom or your mom or his mom or her mom, you don't use the article. Madre, padre, cugino. So the family members that are singular do not have the article with the possessive, except for loro. The loro form of the possessive always takes the article. Why? Well, because loro doesn't change. It's just loro. So the article helps determine the gender and the number of the object possessed. And lastly, we have IRE verbs, regular IRE verbs. Remember, there are two categories of IRE verbs. One category is just take off the IRE and you add your endings. O, I, e, iamo, ite, ono. The other category is also regular, but you have to add ISC, or I like to say ISC, to the stem before you add your ending. So the endings I just mentioned do apply to these verbs, but before the ending you have to add ISC. So our book lists 5 of those, and I want you to know 5 for our quiz and for this class. 5 verbs that add ISC to the stem before adding the ending. So on the exercise on the quiz, you'll be given a sentence in Italian, and you'll have to choose between 2 different verbs, which verb makes the most sense in the sentence. Not only do you have to choose the correct verb, you need to write that verb in the correct form. So pay attention to who the subject is, who's doing the action, and that will help you determine the form of the verb you chose. And do not include the subject again when you're typing, because the computer will not recognize that. So just type the verb form. If you have questions, per favore, email me or write them in the forum. One thing I forgot to mention, please take the quiz all by yourself without the help of anybody else. And you have 45 minutes, just like the other quizzes. You'll have 45 minutes to take it from the time you open it until the time you complete it. In bocca al lupo. Ciao.